Hello and welcome to Movie Club Commentary. Boom! I'm Austin slash Parfait.
I'm Chris / Ox.
And this is the first time we're recording this intro.
Definitely.
This is Movie Club Commentary. If you've never watched it before, Movie Club Commentary is like a riff track, it's like a Mystery Science 3000. We're going to make fun of a movie. Today's movie we are making fun of slash watching and maybe enjoying, who knows, you never know with us,
Yeah.
is Polar Express. You might love this movie, you might hate this movie. Some would say it's polarizing.
Oh.
I stole that from him in the first recording of this intro.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, no, this is the first time we recorded this.
Yeah, we've never recorded intros before.
Alright, anyway, so we're watching this on HBO Max, so go ahead and get that pulled up and ready.
Just so you know, because we found this out the hard way.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to skip past the ad on HBO Max to the 31-second mark.
Yeah, the really cool built-in ad.
For 8-Bit Christmas, only on HBO Max.
We're not sponsored, so.
Not at all. Also, if you want closed captions on, turn them on now because it will pause the movie.
It will.
All right, let's start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Play.
Boom, shakalaka, as the kids say.
Yeah.
Did the kids say that?
I don't think so.
Oh, awkward.
Yeah, a little bit.
I thought the kids said boom shakalaka.
Yeah.
Did they still say faux shizzle like Santa Buddies taught us last week?
No, thankfully.
What?
I think Snoop Dogg still might. I don't know.
What about little white kids who want to be Snoop Dogg?
Yeah. The iconic soundtrack, honestly.
Yeah.
Wow. Huh. This looks hand-drawn.
It probably is for this part.
Yeah. Counterintuitive to what the rest of the movie is.
Oh, cool. The closed captions didn't say it. Cool. We're watching without closed captions, guys. Which doesn't affect you, but it might affect us hearing all the plot.
As we talk over each other, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I've seen this movie so many times, I already know what's
I'll
going
just
to
turn
happen.
the movie up a little bit.
Little Tom Hanks, there he is, guys. Here's the sleigh bells jingling. Ring ting tingling, too.
Yep.
I might even say that
Hate
outside.
these graphics.
It's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together.
How old is that song? When did the composer die?
I don't know.
Can we say those lyrics?
We can say them for sure, we just can't sing them.
Oh, you hurt his hand.
I think it's the facial expressions really that really does it.
It's just everything about the way they tried to make the character. The drawing of the characters is so badly done. It's like that weird.
It looks like it's trying to be very like hyper realistic.
But it wasn't, and it's not there yet, and it's terrible.
Yeah, this is a pretty old movie.
And even his movement is just weird.
The facial expressions are definitely
The facial expressions are the worst part for sure.
It's very like kind of slow.
It's also the dead eyes. They all have dead eyes.
This would be a really good horror movie.
Like, this movie is later on, way later than it, but there's a reason why Toy Story said we should make the majority of this movie toys, because it's gonna look plastic and fake. That's why Pixar did toys for the first movie, because they knew the limitations of their software. And like, yeah, there's some crappy looking humans in that, but they knew not to focus on them. Santa?
Just gonna catch Santa in the act.
Oh. What? Okay. She raises good points. If only Santa wasn't magic, idiot girl.
Yeah. Stupid. Everybody knows that
the volume all
the
the way
rules
up on
of
the movie
science.
because it seems so quiet.
Well, it's a conversation happening in the next room through a keyhole on
I
a
just
door.
really wish we had the captions on, but it pauses the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Remember when I turned them on and then it said, "Nah, you didn't"? That's cool. Mm.
Oh no, she took the beard off of Santa. Santa's on strike.
I think that was actually him who did that one. Oh my gosh, the way they look.
Facial expressions are so bad. Mm-hmm.
But just imagine I had dead eyes while I did all that.
Devoid of life, just like the eyes of every character in this movie.
Boom!
Ugh.
Take that, movie that grossed an insane amount of money. Let me look up how much.
I mean, yeah, does it hold up? No. But were the graphics revolutionary for the time?
No, I thought this movie looked like garbage when it came out.
Yes, it was. Like, unarguably, the graphics were revolutionary for the time.
No, because they tried to do something they still couldn't do then, and it looked awkward, and I thought it was terrible then.
Express. 2004. With better CGI than Airplanes. Santa Buddies.
Sure, Santa Buddies is terrible. I agree. And
What other 2004 movies came out that had just insane CGI?
maybe not in good CGI, but they didn't try to be like, look how great the CGI is. I remember at the time looking at this and being like, this looks terrible. And they hyped it up as, look how good it looks.
I mean, for the time.
For the time, it still shouldn't have been made because it wasn't good enough yet. I agree.
Nah, everybody knows that's not true. As soon as you get a hold of new technology, you have to showcase it in some big, fancy way.
Actually, this movie barely made its money back.
Polar Express.
Because this had a budget of $165 million.
Yeah, makes sense.
And it worldwide gross was $314 million. But you have to remember that marketing typically is not included in the movie budget.
His eyebrows really almost didn't come through at all in that. Polar Express. That's got a 6.6 on IMDb.
Yeah, no, people love this movie.
That makes sense. Yeah, people really love this movie. It's got a 90% of Google users like the movie.
Yeah, people love this movie. I'm not one of them.
No, you are definitely the one who hates this movie.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty alright. And I've watched it like 8 times, so... Oh, he's got a hole in his pocket.
I have trouble,
it's gonna come
believing,
into
I
play
have trouble
later.
believing it's only been 8 times.
I think we didn't watch the Polar Express last year.
Oh.
Or the year before that. I think there was a point in time when we stopped watching the Polar Express. Because we had seen it so many times.
Cool snow slide.
And you know, none of us were kids anymore.
It's fair.
One year our mom got us one of the Polar Express bells.
Oh. That's cool.
It was cute. Wonder if I can find total profit.
I just told you, it was $300 million.
No, profit.
Oh,
Like
profit?
what they actually turned, not just the...
Well, you have to just guesstimate. They never tell you the exact numbers because movie studios don't want you to know that. The budget is estimated at $165 million, but that's probably not including marketing, which means this movie probably made its money back, but barely. Because they typically, what I've always heard is double the budget gets you the budget and marketing, typically. So
Look at him go.
that would be about $320 million, and it made $314. So it probably made its money back because its worldwide gross was $314 million.
Give me further financial details.
There isn't further financial details.
It literally says further financial details.
Yeah, further financial details.
His mustache hides his weird facial expressions a little bit.
A little bit.
The kids are the worst.
Yeah.
Alright, go back home. Movie's over. Oh, he's the conductor. Not the ticket master. Did he just lick his lips?
Probably. Why would you not get on? Like, okay, I get it. Like, as a character, he's not believing anymore. A gosh darn train showed up at not on train tracks in front of his house, and he's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just like, okay.
I mean, I wouldn't want to get on a train with a stranger.
If it just showed up out of nowhere, I'd be like, I gotta know the story here.
Figure out what's going on.
Actually, I'd probably be like, I must be dreaming. There's no train tracks here. I might as well see where this dream goes.
That's fair.
Aw, I waved at him.
Oh, was that the Santa buddy? Santa
Buddha?
snowman?
Buddha?
Yeah, this kid has really weird facial expressions, especially compared to like the adult Tom Hanks conductor guy. Also known as actually no, he isn't Santa.
He's just the conductor.
Yeah, he's just the conductor.
Well,
Who does lead to Tom Hanks Santa.
I think the implication is they're all the same. I think that's...
Everyone's Santa Claus.
No, but I think the implication is that the conductor, Santa, and the ghost are all supposed to be like one form of the same essence. That's how I always interpret this movie from the couple times I watched it. But I could have been just wrong. They could have just been lazy and just hired Tom Hanks to play the roles.
I mean, they hired Adam Sandler to play Jack and Jill, so...
Well, that was because it was high art.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. If you're watching this and you didn't watch, our Jack and Jill movie club commentary, oh, this kid's the worst.
Oh, Mandark.
Well, do ya? His eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid. Now, you idiot.
Oh, the facial features on all of them is so annoying. Oh. The way her, lips move past her teeth for a second there was so awkward. Ugh. Stop smiling.
Mm-hmm.
Don't open your mouth.
This is how I smile. Mm-hmm. Hey, Austin. Isn't this a fun movie?
I hate this. I want all of it. I hate her smile.
Oh. Toy Santa looks normal.
See? That's not the real Santa. That's a robot. Pfft. This train that came out of nowhere, pfft, I don't believe in it either. What?
Man, he really can click that hole puncher fast. It's like he's managed.
Because he is Santa.
No, he's not Santa.
He's Santa.
No, the ghost is Santa. He's not Santa.
They're all supposed to be. Oh.
Because he literally has a conversation with himself.
Yeah.
Unless he's the
Magic.
Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Probably.
The Santa 3-in-1. The train conductor, the Santa ghost.
There's a spirit there. I think that might have been something they were trying to do.
The ghost of Christmas past and Santa Claus.
I think that might have been something they were trying to do. Some sort of
the train conductor.
God analogy.
In the Polar Express?
Maybe.
I'm gonna hard disagree with you on that one. Oh, that's iconic for weird facial expressions.
There's God analogies in Superman. That definitely could be on purpose.
B.
In E.
The best entertainment channel? B&E?
Lame excuse for a person.
Oh, his eyeballs are terrible.
Gosh!
Hey, Dexter. Can you believe we're heading to the North Pole?
I can't!
I'm back in frame. Hey guys, how's it going? Man, it's just a pre-recorded message.
Good for that kid. He's smart.
The last kid did the same thing.
I know. Then he actually got on. Will this kid get on?
Nah. But then he does.
Because he's too poor.
Yeah.
Poor kids aren't allowed to go to see Santa. Stop singing along, maybe? I can't tell. Oh, he's running like a penguin.
Yeah. Well, he's got rain boots on, Austin.
Why can't he walk?
He's got scoliosis.
Oh, okay.
No, he doesn't. I don't know.
No! So sad. Oh. Well, that's obvious.
Thanks, Mandark.
It's not Mandark. He has another name. He's Nerdy Kid or something like that.
Yeah, Doofus. Kid with the big eyes.
Um,
But he was played by Mandark, and that's all that matters.
that's Know-It-All.
By Eddie Desmond. Deason.
He was also... Oh, he was Eugene in Grease? I remember Eugene in Grease.
I don't.
Well, I do.
But he was in Dexter.
We'll see.
He's Mandark.
Oh, would you look at that? He is.
That's the only voice I recognize. Is Mandark and also Know-It-All from Polar Express.
He was also in Johnny Bravo.
Well, it was an emergency. There was a kid trying to get on the train.
All right, Woody.
Yeah.
Settle down. Ow.
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, please stop yelling at me, mister.
Please don't throw me off the train.
You're not a toy.
Uh-oh. Hot chocolate. Coming up soon.
Yeah?
I don't know how I remember the timing of anything in this movie so well. But I do.
Are those characters not supposed to be alive? Because they look more dead than the rest of them.
Yeah, they only serve hot chocolate.
But
aside from that, they don't exist.
Is that okay? So are they supposed to be dead? Like robot? Like, because they don't look real.
Well, they are for France, maybe. I don't know.
French people look more dead inside. Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, cool camera shot.
Mm.
Ugh.
Ah, nothing like some Play-Doh hot chocolate.
I don't like the color. I don't like the shape of hot chocolate.
Flying through the air.
I don't like it.
Hot chocolate. I've got it.
I don't. They literally, like, you'd think, like, if you could use the same amount of technology we used on the kids and everyone else for them, but they didn't.
No. That's not just a part of the song, kids. No, that's an actual rule.
What was the rule?
Never let it cool.
Oh.
Like, you have to drink it while it's hot.
Okay. I don't like hot chocolate when it's too hot.
I don't think anyone really does.
Oh, whoa.
Magic.
This is terrible.
Yeah. That sure is a magic train. Just jerked all the children.
Thanks, Know-It-All.
Hmm.
Aww.
Hmm.
I hate him.
I
I know
think
we're
that's the
supposed to.
point.
I know we're supposed to. But also, I kind of love him.
His shoe's really squeaking.
Are we supposed to all smell like the conductor? Because I don't.
No, I think you're supposed to be kind of like,
Weary
do I
of him?
hate the
Yeah.
conductor, or do I think he's
Because we don't
a
realize
nice guy?
we don't realize he's Santa Claus yet. Because he's Santa Claus.
Well, I'm pretty sure at the end of the movie, the conductor and Santa Claus have a conversation with each
I
other
still think they're the same person.
about the boy.
Mm. Yeah, sometimes we have inner monologues, Chris.
No, this is an external monologue between two people, Austin.
Yeah, it's
Tom Hanks and Tom Hanks have a conversation with
it's
itself.
It's still an allegory for the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
I don't think that it is.
It is, Chris.
The loosest allegory ever.
What's the true meaning of Christmas? Jesus. They're taking a hard stance.
Being able to hear Christmas bells? Believing in Santa?
Which has to do with the same thing as accepting Jesus into your soul.
I don't think that
It does, Chris. It's not thinly veiled. It's exactly what they wanted.
So I think that might be the thickest veil I've ever seen. And now we get to see the journey of one ticket flying through the air.
Is it over yet?
No. No, it's still a very long journey for the ticket. This is the rest of the movie, guys. Sorry.
Oh.
That's like a Pixar short film. Oh, look, wolves.
I wish we were watching a Pixar movie. They would understand the limitations of their art style and make them more cartoony looking.
Mm.
They wouldn't try to make them look real.
Hey, these canines are much
Okay.
less hard to look at than Santa buddies.
That is true. They do look better slightly. This movie does an okay job with non-humans.
They should have made the eagle smirk.
Done DreamWorks face.
I can't eat this, you idiot. Oh,
There you
apparently I
go.
can.
Now we have to wait for
No.
him. We have to wait for him to poop it out. Oh no.
No, he'd spit it out. Although a bird wouldn't be able to make that noise because it doesn't have lips. Oh, now I know it all. Dang it!
Well, actually.
See, Polar Express has the Masterclass defense built in. Of if you don't like the movie, you're just the know-it-all character, so you're just naturally and innately unlikable.
What about the fact that the movie just sucks?
Oh yeah, I guess that's valid too. And here we are, back in the train, guys. But we had to show off the CGI animals. We had to. It'd have been better if it was just a bunch of CGI wolves on the train. And then the one eagle conducting the train.
Oh, good for him. You stupid cretin.
Non-transferable.
Alright, Chris, we get it. You've seen the movie too many times. It's not something to be
I've-
proud of.
I've seen it a few times.
If you've seen it once, you've seen it too many times.
Well, not everyone hates this movie as much as you do, Austin.
To kill the kid?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I could just take someone else's ticket.
No, he'd know it's... Oh, wait. No, yeah, he would know it's her ticket because it hasn't been punched at all yet.
But also, if he neglected to punch her ticket, couldn't he have neglected to punch someone else's ticket?
No,
Oh.
because he'd already punched everyone else's ticket.
But why wouldn't he have punched hers then when he punched everyone else's ticket?
Because this movie's also racist.
Oh! I'm just saying, though, how do we know that he didn't punch anyone else's ticket? Like, he missed someone else's. Like, he could have done that, you know?
Well, I think she was towards the end of the train. In terms of, like, where he was punching tickets
Well,
in that car.
that kid's deaf.
No, it's not.
No, he's mute.
No,
He didn't say anything there.
it's just really shy.
I think he's mute. Also, that was also obviously a joke, and you're correcting me because you have seen this movie too many times. Nope, he's not. Like, I didn't think he really
I'm
was.
autistic, Austin.
I didn't think he was really mute. It was a joke. I was trying to make some sort of humor because there was none from us in the last movie.
Yeah, that's fair.
I could just be like, oh, I hate this movie over and over again like we did the last movie, but that probably isn't the best content.
No, that's definitely not the best content. Oh, no, that's good content.
There is also audio listens for this, so we can't just make fun of the facial reactions by doing them.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there audio listeners?
There could be.
There could be.
There is an audio version of this that someone could hypothetically choose to watch.
Yeah, that's fair.
My tailbone really hurts.
It could just turn into a podcast.
It pretty much is.
Yeah, it kind of is.
That's the idea, is that it could be released as a podcast.
Oh, here he goes.
This started as exclusively as an audio podcast for like the first couple episodes.
Ghost Homeless Hanks. Homeless Ghost Hanks. That should be his name in the movie.
This movie should not exist.
No, Santa Buddies shouldn't exist.
Both should not exist.
Nor should the subsequent 8 movies that came after it. 6 movies.
I don't know. None of them should exist.
Something on a concertina. That's a concertina, by the way, if you're watching.
You really are a know-it-all. Well, actually, he's not deaf or mute. Thanks, Chris. He's just shy. All right, good for you, Chris. Good. You see the movie? Good for you.
I have seen the movie.
You know how trains work? Good for you.
And I've played Sea of Thieves, so I know that's a concertina.
Good for you, Chris. You get a gold star. Oh, Ticket to Ride is a fun game. Oh, we both went different places with Ticket to Ride.
But Ticket to Ride can be a fun game,
I think
depending on who you're playing.
Nah, Ticket to Ride's just fun. All games can be not fun with the wrong people, but Ticket to Ride's a fun game. Is it my favorite game? No, but good for you. So is he supposed to be Santa Claus, or is they just were lazy and cast him versus 3 people for no reason?
He might be Santa.
But then why would 2 of the characters be connected that are voiced as Santa, and not the 3rd?
Because it's also debatable that this character doesn't exist.
Oh. You could make
it never has any interaction with any other character besides this character.
You could make an argument that none of these characters exist. And that's also kind of why he doesn't. Because once again, they're trying to make a commentary without letting little kids know they're making a commentary on it.
I think you're looking too deep into the movie Polar Express from 2004.
There's nothing good in this movie, so I'm trying to find the deeper meaning on why they made it.
They wanted to show off Tom Hanks' voice acting skills.
We already saw him do these 1 to 2 voices. He did all these as Woody, because Woody had range.
No, Woody was just a cowboy, which was the conductor.
He also yelled.
This is...
I mean, he's doing a crappy voice, sure, but...
Like homeless New York man?
I mean... It's different, sure, but marginally.
Yeah.
So who cares? Because there's the what, where he seems like he's about to start yelling about how you're not a toy. You're a plaything. He's okay at doing the voices until he gets angry. If his character gets angry, he has to do the same one angry voice Tom Hanks could do.
Am I right? Am I right? Or maybe he's Krampus.
Who is Santa? I agree. It's all an allegory for the same story.
Krampus definitely isn't Santa Claus. He's like the antithesis of Santa Claus.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's like the Satan to God.
So he's Satan and the other 2 are God? I'm really trying to figure out where the thread here of story is.
It doesn't have to be a biblical allegory.
I think it is, though. Why are they all voiced by Tom Hanks? There has to be a reason. Or if not, it was just lazy casting. Unless there's some sort of deeper meaning. Which here's the thing, you know what it probably was? The answer is there's no answer, and they wanted people to have these kind of discussions. They wanted you to try to find the threads.
Tom Hanks is also the voice of Older the Kid.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird that they chose to use the same voice actor for all those things.
There's no quadrilogy.
Well, that one's Satan. He's the father, the son, the Holy Ghost. They'll make it work.
Stupid. Oh, just like that facial expression of him jiggling his face, trying to keep it warm. That's definitely not the right...
Oh, he's trying to wake up.
You're not dreaming, you idiot. You're on a magic train.
His eyes were like this.
Oh, homeless ghost guy is back.
I didn't realize that was I thought that might have been the conductor because he doing the same voice.
No, he's got a very small lisp that you can barely hear at all.
When
Actually,
he was yelling from the other side of the thing, though, I thought, oh, is that the conductor finding him? Are we going to that part of the story where he meets the conductor again? Because this character's gone now because he doesn't exist, maybe?
whoa.
So why would you ever go up there? You had that cool little cushy thing on the bottom, like his cool little hammock. Just stay there until you're there.
Oh, they just needed to add some suspense to this Christmas journey.
But I just don't understand why his character would have just not stayed down there. He seemed very comfortable down there.
Well, because that would have happened.
Huh?
The snow would come on.
I'm talking about when way earlier there was the scene where the ticket flew under the train and he was just lounging under the train.
Oh.
Why would he not just stay in his little lounge thing, do some reading or something? Why would he go up there where he has to take the risk of it being super dangerous?
Because he's a ghost.
Okay, well, is he? Is he a ghost? We don't know, do we? Is he
Not
even
yet,
real? Oh,
but
okay.
we will.
Because Santa's dead.
I mean, yeah. The guy that the Santa Claus
Well, also, he's the Holy Ghost.
mythos is based around is and has been dead for a long time.
And he's the Holy Ghost.
Nicholas, old Saint Nicholas.
Yeah. Where's... I don't care. I was going to ask a question, and you probably have an answer, but I don't care.
See? He just disappears. Definitely a ghost.
Or an allegory.
That coal looks like Cocoa Puffs.
Or he's an allegory for our fleeting belief in Christmas. Because all Christmas movies have to be about how Christmas people don't believe enough.
I mean,
it's kind of a plot.
That's not an allegory here. It's just the entire plot.
Yeah.
This kid doesn't believe in Christmas or Santa Claus despite being on a magic train. Yeah. Nothing like letting a child drive a train.
We gotta stop doing just facial reactions,
Yeah.
though. But that's the only thing in this movie that's easy to make fun of.
Yeah.
The rest of it's just kind of an okay plot.
Yeah. All the faces are ridiculous, though.
Yeah.
Good old sweaty bald guy.
It's my people. The sweaty bald man. I'm not bald right now, but I need to be soon.
Look at all those facial reactions.
Yep.
So terrible. Okay. Oh, how about peek through? Look, caribou, also known as reindeer. Look, it's a reindeer. And a much better reindeer than Santa bunnies. Yeah, this movie should have just been all CGI animals, because their CGI animals pretty solid, especially for 2004. Yeah, should have been an allegory for just humans. He is a train engineer, presumably from like Alabama. Uh-oh. He almost said curse word. That's right. We're gonna clear him with this guy's yodeling screams.
I hate this movie. Is this supposed to be like funny? Like what's
It doesn't feel like it's supposed to be funny.
Then
But it also feels like it's supposed to be funny.
Then what's it supposed to be?
I don't know. A problem solving on our journey? Parts of this movie feels like it's supposed to be 3D.
It probably was 2004.
4?
Maybe not then. So this was 2009, sure. 2004, I don't know if we were in a 3D craze in that year.
Yeah.
I mean, that is around the time of Spy Kids 3, but I don't know if Spy Kids 3 was a outlier or a trendsetter. Because
certainly was something.
Every few years we have to make another 3D craze, and it's never worth it.
Well, luckily we haven't had one in like 10 years.
Oh, we're due for one.
We are due for one. Did you take out the pinhead? Haha, joke.
What? I was zoning out.
That's fair, I guess. Hey, I think we're like halfway through at this point, though. That's cool. Oh,
not even close.
We're a third of the way through.
We're about a third, yeah.
The pan. Are they voiced by the same person? Surely.
I don't care, but I'll look it up.
Danger. 179 degree. That's almost a complete 180.
Almost.
Oh, Glacier Gulch. They should make that a Disney ride.
Oh, one of the characters has a name.
Whoa. One of the engineers?
No, Lonely Boy has a name.
Huh?
Lonely Boy?
Oh, the kid in the back?
Yeah, his name is Billy.
Yeah.
Why does he get a name?
Because he becomes like one of the central characters.
Okay.
Once they get to the North Pole.
But I feel like the main characters also are main characters and don't ever get a name, so...
Wait, is that true?
His name is Hero Boy. And she's Hero Girl. Like, why does Billy get a name?
I totally never realized that the other two
Yeah,
never
no, that's
have
like the whole
names.
thing. It's like none of that's why Noda also doesn't have a name. Like, characters don't get names in this for the most part.
Yeah.
It's conductor. It's, I guess the idea is so you can imprint yourself on whatever character you want to imprint yourself on.
Hero Boy.
Yeah, or Hero Girl if you're a girl.
Whoa, Junie played Hero Boy.
Good for him.
This is all connected to Spy Kids 3.
Can we watch Spy Kids 3 instead?
No.
Look at what's that guy's name? I forgot his name, so I can't make the joke. One of the waiters is definitely looks like that one, Ted Cruz.
He does.
If you're watching this, look up Gordon Hart. He's one of the waiters, because apparently, even though those waiters had no personality, there's 5 different actors that played them.
There's also 2 different actors that played Hero Boy.
Well, one of them is Tom Hanks. Oh.
Josh Hutcherson and Daryl Sabara.
Josh Hutcherson, he's, PETA.
Or Hutcherson.
He's PETA.
He is. It definitely sounds like a young Josh Hutcherson.
Maybe it's not actually Junie at all. No, he's there. I don't know. This whole thing is just... Apparently they needed 2 different characters to play the main character.
I guess. Wonder if we can spot the point in which they switch.
That doesn't sound like Junie.
No, that definitely sounds like Josh Hutcherson, like baby Josh Hutcherson.
I feel like none of him has sounded like Junie because I would know Junie's voice because this is like a year after him being Junie.
Hmm. Oh, maybe it's like young hero boy in one of the flashbacks.
Well, that would probably be the Josh Hutcherson one then.
No, this is definitely the Josh Hutcherson one.
But my point is, there's no way that Junie was like 13. He's not playing young him. Because this is
He has
after
a higher voice than Josh Hutcherson.
I mean, maybe, but this is after Spy Kids. I don't think you get him to play a younger character at that point.
Think you might. Austin, Peter Scolari is playing Billy. That is a very old man playing one of the softest voiced characters in
There's
the
also
movie.
another person playing Lonely Boy as well. There's some like little kid.
Oh, Jimmy Bennett. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of
No,
sense.
I don't understand the casting, and I don't really care to try to figure it out. Because here's the thing: they have like seven actors playing every other character, but somehow they still needed Tom Hanks to play four characters.
What in the... I'm really trying to... Yeah, the casting, the more I look into it, the more bizarre it gets.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Eddie Zedon does play Know-It-All, or Deason.
Mm-hmm.
But so does also Jimmy Pinchak, who I've never heard of.
So maybe these characters may play like a different language version somehow? It doesn't sound like it. These all sound like English-speaking actors.
Fun fact, Billy has a third actor. Hayden McFarlane.
Why do we need three actors to play one character, but Tom Hanks plays four?
That's right, baby. Tom Hanks, the master class. Wait, is that... What?
What now?
Tom Hanks is listed as Ebenezer Scrooge? Is that who the ghost is?
Probably.
Wow.
That sounds about right.
Oh, that's why he's always, yeah, I don't believe in Christmas.
I'm
You
a
gotta
curmudgeon.
seeing is believing. I'm a homeless man on a train. I used to have a lot of money, and then I hate Christmas. Now, logic would dictate,
There's nowhere for them to go there?
yeah, that they would just ascend to the top and fall off and die promptly.
Well, dump it to Crumpet. That's a reference to a better movie.
Is it?
That was a reference to The Grinch, so yeah. Oh, no, I guess it wasn't.
Oh, it was just a forced
I guess
perspective that we missed.
Yeah. And Mount Crumpet is where the Grinch lives.
Dump it to Crumpet.
It's the sign that's on the thing that shoots Jim Carrey's Grinch, the pipe he goes through.
Oh.
The trash chute. It says dump it to Crumpet on it.
Yeah, I don't feel bad about not remembering that.
That's fair. But I just said it was a reference to a better movie. You're like, is it? I'm like, yeah. I mean, it's an opinion, sure, but like, yeah.
Oh. Oh, it is an allegory to God.
Yeah, it is. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be.
I'm telling you, this movie would make an excellent horror movie. This scene specifically definitely freaked me out as a kid.
This movie just is already creepy. Every bit of their faces, so yeah.
Yeah.
The boss being God, because he's Jesus.
Santa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2004, so recycling is a new concept for everyone, by the way.
I think the first recycling movie was like the 80s.
Yeah, but no one did.
And that's not counting like recycling like plants and stuff that have existed forever. Like I feel like some of the early reuse recycle. I think that's at least 80s, if not even older. Ooh.
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Pinocchio.
So how are they recycling these exactly? By letting them hang out in a train car?
Yeah, Chris.
Make.
Well, see, before they were popular kids' playthings. Now.
Oh, that's Ebenezer Scrooge.
Oh. How many characters does gosh darn he play?
I don't know if you could call this a character.
You know it is. This is a character. If we're counting him playing... Oh. Then why is it counted as a different thing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I don't remember this movie because I don't care. So I didn't. I was like, it's definitely a character. Even if it's only in the scene, it's still a character.
For audio listeners, I'm just sitting here and nodding.
Well, I'm sorry, Chris, that you've seen this movie.
Nodding smugly.
I'm not gonna.
Of the Polar
I'm gonna be like,
Express.
oh, good for you. I don't care that you know more about this movie than me. You are know-it-all. Yes.
Yes, right. Baby.
That's not a compliment.
Hey, did you know?
Well, actually, that's not a new character. All right, Chris.
It's actually just a homeless man controlling him from the top of the train car.
I'm not telling you about the homeless guy. That's just me getting up and leaving because I'm done watching this movie.
Ah, music. Oh.
Oh,
Maybe the boy was like one of the cast members is just him singing in
probably
the
that
song.
actually makes sense. But why is there Josh Hutcherson and Junie playing him?
That might also be the same reason.
Which one of them?
It might just be Junie. Because Junie does sing in Spy Kids.
Does he?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember that. Apparently, I blocked those movies out of my mind, and we just watched them like 2 weeks ago.
That's fair. Now, the girl who played Hero Girl only has one actress because she could sing. You know, if you just close your eyes, this is a much easier movie to watch.
It's still boring. I think that's my problem with this movie is I just don't care about any of it.
I wouldn't say it's boring.
Because you're blinded by nostalgia for it. You watched it when you were younger and you fell in love
Definitely
with
not blinded by nostalgia for it.
it. Yeah.
There's scenes where there's terrifying puppets, not boring. A suspenseful scene where they're sliding down a train.
It's still nothing of. It's still a boring movie.
I mean, as an adult, sure.
I hated this as a kid too, Chris.
You hated it because it had scary faces, Austin.
No, I also thought I didn't like the movie because here's the thing: I still watched past the crappy looking characters. I watched this movie and never cared about it
Fair.
because it's just boring to me.
It's fair. I mean, I don't like Home Alone, the first one, that much at all. I know, it hurts to hear.
I'm offended.
That's fair. A lot of people would be offended by you saying
Less people
Polar
care about
Express.
Polar Express than Home Alone.
I mean, sure. It's the thing about opinions, is that none of them really matter, Austin.
No, they do. No, they do matter.
No. No. Just like critics are allowed to be wrong about the new Home Sweet Home Alone movie. It's
Yeah.
a lot better than people give it credit for.
You're right. Like you just said, they're wrong.
And none of the
Because
opinions
opinions
matter.
can be wrong. I couldn't tell which one of his characters that was because they all.
Well, they're on the inside of the train, Austin. Clearly it was the conductor.
The point though is it still sounded like a different version of his voice again.
And he also didn't have a lisp, so clearly it wasn't Ghost Guy.
There was no S in that.
Don't worry. Santa is coming up soon. And there's no distinguishable difference between Santa Claus and the conductor.
Because they're the same character.
Right. Something on the Polar Express. Woo! Oh, it really says woo woo. Okay. It's one of the cooler renditions of the North Pole I've seen.
Sure.
A little bit more unique.
I like the half scenes we see of it
1930s London.
in Santa Claus 1. Not the later ones where they actually establish it and it's like, oh, it's a crappy little set because that's all I can afford.
Yeah.
But the one scene you see where he's in the bedroom and one of the scenes when he's looking outside this giant city with a polar bear as a street conductor.
Oh, he's bald!
I go, I want to know more about that scene. And then when we finally see the North Pole, it's like, oh, this is a soundstage.
Mm-hmm. I forget that the conductor's bald.
Well, he's a conductor. He has to wear his conductor hat.
That's
So
true.
why would you know what his hair looks like?
Or lack thereof.
Oh.
Shut up. As he looks directly at Hero Boy.
Oh!
Yeah. Yeah.
That kid caught me off guard.
Look at them all. Fun fact. Steven Tyler Smith is in this movie.
I don't know who that is.
The
I
lead
might
singer
know-
of Aerosmith.
Oh, okay. I might know who that is when you say who it is, but like, see when you if you would just see normally go by Steven Tyler. I've heard of Steven Tyler, and now that you said that, but you said Steven Tyler. I didn't know he had a different last name. I've only ever heard of him as Steven Tyler. I assumed Tyler was his last name.
Oh, so one first name.
I've only ever heard him be referred to as his first name, so I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
The more you know.
He plays an elf for a musical number.
Cool.
Because that's what this movie needs is a rock along Christmas song. Answer. Oh. Hey, what about Lonely Boy Billy? Billy? Oh. Well, at least they're fair. You know, they're not forcing anyone to do anything.
Yeah.
Just like
Religion.
God never forced.
Honestly, once
Yeah.
again, I'm telling you, Chris, this is supposed to be an analogy for God.
It's their choice whether they want to do it or not.
Yeah, it's a thinly, it's not like the best, like it's loose there, but
It is
the
loose.
threads are supposed to be there so you could pick it up.
You
if
know what? I'm
want to.
coming around to this stupid allegory.
I
don't
knew it
think
was there
that
from the day one.
Tom Hanks are the trilogy. Or
He's the father.
Trinity.
He's literally a ghost. He's Father Christmas, and he's the other guy.
and conductor.
And he's
Jesus.
Hero Boy.
Oh, dang it. My brain connected how the conductor's Jesus.
Oh, okay. I liked my connection better, but that's cool too. Unless he is the conductor end up being Hero Boy? Is this like a weird time loop thing?
No, I think the conductor's Jesus because he's taking them to God.
Jesus, he is.
Oh no, it's an allegory.
This is 100% allegory for God.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Sorry, guys, if you're like strictly anti-religion.
If you're an atheist
just tuned out.
and you would watch this movie before and be like, oh, I enjoyed that, and now I'm ruining it for you.
Yeah. I don't think any atheist would very much enjoy this movie.
I don't know. I feel like it's like you didn't even realize the analogy was there, so I don't know. They might have just thought, oh, it's a Christmas movie, whatever. Santa's not God. I feel like Santa could be atheist. And a lot of atheists still celebrate like the Santa side of Christmas.
I guess.
They're down to give presents to like kids and stuff.
Yeah, it's true. Stop with your sock. You sock coffee. Oh.
That'll got me. Alright.
The thing about the ghost is that he's literally just like the only aspect of him being a Holy Spirit is that he is a literal spirit.
Oh, I know, he's not a good one. No, well, okay, this is a very loose, not based off of actual like Christianity, but you could argue that he is in a way his conscience saying how he really feels about Christmas, and the Holy Spirit is also a representation of your conscience. Like, you could try to make that connection, because once again, I don't think any of this was supposed to be direct. I think they put all this here so you could be like, maybe it does have a deeper meaning. I don't think any of this was like, this is what it means 100%. It was, let's put this in there.
fair.
Because some people might think
Yeah,
it means
some
something.
people
And we're cool with it meaning that.
might find this meaning, and that might be a cool little thing for
Yeah,
them when
we
they're
might
watching
be-
this movie 18 years later. When they're old enough to realize what an allegory is.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, see, if you haven't watched this movie before, you'd understand that she can hear the bell because she really believes in Santa.
Mm.
And that Hero Boy can't hear it because he doesn't actually believe. Not yet.
Mm. Spoiler.
And Billy exists.
His name is Lonely Boy. I don't care. He doesn't have another name. No one else gets another name. He doesn't get another name.
No, he does. People mention his name, like, repeatedly.
Oh, well, not yet.
Yeah, not yet. Those are really shiny rails. But only, like...
They're see-through, aren't they? I think they're like glass or ice or something. I don't think it's realistic, Chris.
I think it's just really
maybe it
polished
is supposed
steel.
to be the top of the ceiling also looks exactly like the bottom.
Well, it's really reflective, yeah.
No, I meant like in the sense of No, because it has to be... What? Because that looked like what was under them, not the sky and the ceiling above them. That angle looks like it's reflecting back. But when we were looking down, it looked like directly what was under it.
Mm-hmm.
But not what would be above... That's not how... Okay. I'm done. I don't know why I'm trying to care. I should just go back to be like, oh, this movie sucks.
Caring about the railing on the railroad track. Oh, look, it's a little passageway made for elves. It's really small. All of the records are skipping? Oh, Billy also believes.
But not enough. Not as much as her. He just started hearing it.
Mm.
What do you mean, are you sure? What was the...
What?
The dramatic turn, like she was about to, like, confront him. And just like, I do. Okay. It just felt like overacting for no reason for that line.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh, she's about to, like...
They're really driving home she believes in Christmas.
I know, but I thought she was going to, like, confront him in some way there. And I was like, oh, okay.
Why would she confront?
Like, be like, oh, you don't believe? Like, there was going to be some sort of stakes in this scene.
Oh, no. That comes at the end of the movie.
Hell, all those kids have names.
Is that Al Pacino?
Also, I think those are real people, too. I think that was just,
Yeah.
like... Yeah.
No, that was straight up live action footage.
Okay.
It's a cool little integration, I thought. Back in 2004 when
I
I first
mean-
watched the movie.
I think, in a sense, it's cool, but you know what the problem with it is? It makes you realize how not realistic those animations are. It extra draws to, like, hey, and look at these real
This
people,
is what
too!
a real person looks like.
If you
And
somehow...
here are these
Yeah.
characters.
If you somehow don't have a mirror and never saw a real human and thought that's what you look like, you don't. You look like this.
Mm. Yeah, fun fact, every elf is actually just from New York.
I believe it. Oh, Steven.
Oh. So in this Christmas movie's canon, there's a check twice list. He doesn't check twice for everyone. But there is a list for kids that he needs to check twice.
I'm done caring. I'm done.
Time is money. Since when do you guys make money? You can't convince me that this isn't all still just slave labor. Hey, you know what this movie has that Santa Buddies doesn't? People of color.
You know, that's fair. But here's the thing, I wasn't basing, like, Santa Buddies as a movie I wanted to watch, though, Chris.
Yeah, that's fair. That looks really uncomfortable.
It's probably made for elves.
Oh, yeah. Like everything in this. How does Santa Claus live in this place? Or does he just have, like, one dedicated building to him that he lives in?
Well, you see...
How is he ever going to get it into any of the other buildings to, like, what if he needs to do inspections?
He doesn't.
Oh.
He has an elf for that.
Oh, that's
He's like a really high CEO. He has people that work do all
yeah,
the
he just
work.
doesn't do anything.
Yeah, and he profits.
Except for, like, the first present of Christmas that he gives away.
Not even any of the other presents.
Yeah.
Is that part of the plot? It probably is.
That would be really funny. I do like that this movie has a realistically insanely large sack of presents. I think that's kind of funny.
I guess.
We're going to find that out.
I guess. I don't know. I feel like I'm willing to suspend my disbelief that the magic is why the rest of them are smaller.
I think it's just funny that they, call back to they would have to have.
Oh, okay, I guess that's
a,
fair.
a supersized. It would be more funny if they had that and then like really jacked reindeer.
But this movie isn't a comedy, Chris. I don't know what it is.
It's a Christmas movie.
Typically, Christmas movies also have like another genre that like helps drive what makes it Christmas on its own.
Whoa! I'll Be Home for Christmas doesn't. It's just a Christmas movie.
And that movie's no, that's not fair. That movie tried to be a comedy. It just failed.
Yeah, this genre is.
I guess this is probably
movie.
Christmas drama.
Oh, for sure.
But it's just, I don't feel like it's.
Well, did you not see the dramatic scene where she goes? Absolutely.
I know. Where I thought something more important was going to happen and then nothing happened because it's not good at being a drama.
Yeah, this is a Christmas kids drama. The genre every kid is looking to watch.
No, they're not. They want something fun.
Which makes sense why you thought it was boring when you first watched it.
Probably, because I guess it's not made for me, but it's also not made for anyone else.
No, it's made for really serious depressed kids. I'm like, huh, maybe I do believe in Santa. Honestly, this movie was made for me like when I was 11. And I was like, is Santa real? Probably not. Who cares?
I didn't get my depression until I was about 13, so by that point I was too old for this movie.
Wow.
It's like a water slide. It's like a water park without water.
There it is.
Oh.
The giant mound of presents.
Okay.
Wacky.
Shut up, Billy.
That one's for Billy. That's the only reason we find out Billy's name.
Oh.
You'll get it on Christmas, stupid.
It's literally Christmas Eve.
Yeah,
at like almost midnight.
You'll get it literally in a few hours.
About 20 minutes ago, it was 5 minutes till midnight.
I mean,
so,
it's common that you're not gonna open all your Christmas presents at midnight.
Depends on the culture, actually.
That's valid.
We have a couple friends who are Mexican, and they wait till midnight and they open their presents.
All their presents. Wow,
Mm-hmm.
that's a long night.
Yeah.
I don't know why I just thought they got shot with guns.
It'd be a more enjoyable movie.
It's the Christmas firing squad. That's what happens when you try to invade the Christmas presents.
I think my problem with this movie is it's drama, which is a genre I don't love, but it's also not actually dramatic enough for me to care.
Yeah, it's a kids' drama. They can't make the stakes too high in Austin. It might scare the kids. Watching the movie made for kids.
Yeah, sure. We don't want to put anything really scary. Like what was the frightening scene in Santa Buddies? I don't remember.
Every scene where there are CGI.
No, but there was a joke. Remember someone they had made a joke on the
Yeah, he
IMDb.
does rattle the cage a little bit.
Yeah, he rattles the cage, and that was the second one. There was something before that.
Yeah, there was.
Let's go back to talking about Santa Buddies. Because somehow no, I don't want to do that anymore. But it was to very young kids hearing Butterball is on the naughty list.
Could be
frightening. Why is there any drama? I guess there was, actually, to be fair. There was really frightening scenes like that. They had Kevin, or whatever his name was.
They had Ebenezer's. They had a whole scene about puppets and marionettes, which most kids find to be creepy.
I agree. I don't like puppets and dolls and stuff. But that scene was like...
Billy, put down your present.
That scene was like 30 seconds long.
Well, so was Butterball being on the naughty list, Austin.
Oh, I'm not saying that movie was frightening either. The point was, I feel like they never... that scene, they didn't go deep enough that it was actually dramatic.
I gotta find the parents' guide for this on IMDb.
Oh, that's true. That's a good point.
Because surely this is gonna have severe frightening.
Probably not, though, because this movie probably is... People like this movie. The Santa Buddies had severe frightening because people were making fun of it.
Parents' guide. Here we go. Let's do it.
It is...
Profanity severe. Let's
mild...
go.
No, what are you on?
IMDb.
I am on IMDb as well, and it's none for everything but frightening, and that's considered mild.
What happened? When I clicked the parents' guide the first time, something popped up.
Yeah, see, look. Mine, green, none. Green, none. Green, none for everything but frightening intense scenes, which has a yellow mild. which is there's like an orange and then there's severe for red. So the only thing this has is frightening. Everything else was considered.
Looks like the parents who wrote this parent's guide actually took it seriously.
Yeah, it wasn't a joke.
Or maybe not seriously enough. That puppet seems terrifying.
No, it really wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't not. It wasn't. Here's the thing. That was mildly frightening. I agree. That deserved to be like. There's a reason there was something in this movie because that scene is a little frightening, and they wanted to warn you. But no, it is not super frightening because also it lasted like 30 seconds long and never really did that anything that spooky.
It was creepy.
Oh, look, 40 more minutes somehow. 35. Sorry, my bad.
Well, yeah, 15 of that is going to be Steven Tyler Smith singing as an elf.
And probably, honestly, it's probably at least, it's an anime movie. There probably actually is legitimately 10 minutes of credits.
Yeah.
Especially because every character has 4 actors.
Yeah, every character's got 4 actors. The whole movie is CGI.
Yeah.
And for 2004, like, kind of groundbreaking CGI.
Yeah.
Was it too early? Yes.
Yeah.
But was it groundbreaking? Yes.
I feel like groundbreaking implies that like they did something that was good. It was.
No, it's just new, which is why it's called groundbreaking.
Yeah, I guess. I feel like even at this point, Pixar was doing better stuff. They just weren't trying as hard on their people because it doesn't work. They knew their limitation. That was really frightening. I thought he was gonna die.
What Pixar movies came out before 2004?
Most of them. Well, not most, but like
all of them.
There's a couple. Like
Coco, pre-2004, for sure. Movies in order, perfect. That's what I need.
I think 2004 is around the time they got Finding Nemo, which is a beautiful movie. Not the people, because they knew they couldn't do people. They understood their limitations.
2003. Yeah, I was Finding Nemo.
Yeah, see, Pixar, to be fair to every other studio ever, Pixar is like the best.
Yeah.
And that's not fair fully, but they understood. The point I'm trying to make is they understood the limitations, and this movie didn't.
2 years later, we had Cars.
I like Cars. The Cars 2 is terrible. Cars 1, fun.
Yeah, Cars, fine.
Yeah, it's a fun little kids movie. Because it's fun. This movie's not fun.
That's valid. I think this movie is maybe worth a first watch.
Maybe.
Everything after that, definitely not worth it. Because
I
you
think
know the plot.
I think it's
you know the twist.
I think it's a good first watch if you're a child.
Yeah, no, most definitely.
From
Or if you have a child who loves Christmas movies.
from 2004. Because I think honestly most kids nowadays would be like, oh, it looks weird.
I think some kids would definitely watch it and not think twice about it because they'd be like, thing on TV screen.
I don't trust that elf. That elf creeps me out.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Pretty much all the elves in this movie are pretty creepy. Except for Steven Tyler Smith, who just looks like a smaller Steven Tyler Smith. Well, that's fancy.
It's still really weird to me that you're calling him by his full name because I've watched like VH1 things. No one calls him by his full name. They just call him Steven Tyler. I'm not denying that is his real last name and technically correct, but no one calls him Steven Tyler Smith.
This is his Instagram handle.
Because you know why? Because he's old and didn't get Steven Tyler quick enough, and someone else got it.
And then his Wikipedia is Steven Tyler.
His Wikipedia doesn't even include his last name.
Born Steven Victor Tallarico. Huh. You think he's Italian?
Maybe.
Who's this guy?
I don't know.
Why is he the first thing that pops up for images of Steven Tyler Smith?
Because no one else thinks to write Steven Tyler Smith for pictures of Steven Tyler. There are people who did it, but if you look at just Steven Tyler, it wouldn't bring up the probably other guy.
He has really, really.
Also, look at that! Look at that article. Doesn't say his name. It all just says Steven Tyler. His daughter even goes just by Liv Tyler. She doesn't even use the Smith part of it.
Wow. I totally didn't connect the dots that Liv Tyler is Steven Tyler Smith.
Stop calling Steven Tyler Smith. I hate you.
That's crazy.
Why?
That's what the song sounds like. It's just
In this scene, yeah, for sure, yeah.
muddle of voices. It does make sense when you get the grand picture of all the elves.
Actually, you know what doesn't make sense? Is how childlike it sounds when we have been established that none of the elves sound like children when they're one-on-one. Yet those 10 kids overpowered that whole group of adults. All of them sound like old New Yorkers.
Well, they all old New Yorkers with voices that are pitched up.
Slightly, but that sounded very childlike there.
Oh, we can't see the voice of Tom Hanks. I can't see Tom Hanks. I can't see him. Where's Tom Hanks?
I feel like Santa in this isn't fat enough. He's like a slender Santa, and that's not how I like to picture
Sexy Santa.
No, still not. But just a little too skinny.
Well, yeah, Tom Hanks isn't morbidly obese.
He doesn't... He's also not bald!
Oh.
Or homeless!
What?
Okay, if we're supposed to be seeing from his perspective, I do see Santa. Why is this kid stupid? Unless he can't see him, then why aren't we seeing it from his perspective where we can't see him?
Well, I can't see his face.
Oh. But his
So he could just be a mall Santa.
Oh.
You know, hanging out in
the North Pole?
North Pole.
On the magical...
No, it really
train
doesn't
he
make
went
any sense that there is everything around him, and somehow he just still doesn't believe, just because he hasn't seen Santa's face.
See, like, one of the movies that really deals with, like, the believing or not believing, like, story arc is the movie Elf. You know what the thing about Elf is? Most of those characters don't deal with any magic until that last scene where they decide to believe.
Hmm.
Him not believing at this point is insulting to my intelligence.
Yeah. You know, 2004 kids movies where most of them insult your intelligence.
Yeah, but most of those ones aren't considered, like, high art films by some people who try to act like this is a great ground...
Acting like this is...
A lot of people love this movie and act like it's a great movie. I agree, a lot of children's movies are insulting to your intelligence, but not the ones that adults watch every year because they love it.
Mm.
Typically that's reserved to things like Pixar movies, which don't typically insult your intelligence that bad.
Wow, he didn't see Santa's face and he held the bell up. And now he believes because he said he believes.
Oh.
He had to choose. It wasn't based on anything that he saw.
Which has to do with, you know, believing in God.
It's also just a direct reference to what the conductor said earlier on the train.
Yeah, because he was preaching to us.
Yeah. Jesus. Jesus was preaching. Oh, I guess he does kind of use an old man voice.
Ever so slightly.
Ever so. What did you say? Oh, man. Ah, Tom Hanks.
I played 12 characters in this movie.
Mm.
I actually play Know-It-All. I don't like Know-It-All.
No one does, huh?
I know. But the thing is, I don't dislike him, you know, like, he irritates me. And a character in a movie shouldn't irritate you to that point, because that doesn't help. Unless it's a character that's going to get comeuppance. Like, you design the character to
That was the comeuppance. That you need is humility and patience.
That's not comeuppance. I want to see that kid suffer, because that's how annoying they made the character on purpose.
Well, he didn't kill anyone, Austin. He's just intolerable.
Yeah.
This is a feel-good movie, Austin.
I
Or
don't
it's
feel...
supposed to be.
I don't feel good.
It's supposed to be a feel-good movie, Austin.
I'm mad that he, Santa, is only referring to Billy as Billy because we know his name, but won't refer to any of the other kids by their names because we don't know
haven't
them.
mentioned them.
What? That if Santa should know all the kids' names and be like, little Francis for know-it-all or whatever.
I like his outfit. I like the aesthetics of this movie, aside from the people.
That's fair. I think a lot of there is a lot of pretty scenery. I'll give it this movie that.
That's a nice Santa outfit.
Yeah. No, the outfit on him
Like
is pretty
the long
good.
robe. All right, bring out Steven Tyler Smith. Bring him out. Let's see him.
Let's bring out Steven Tyler, as everyone else in the world calls him.
I'm not everyone else in the world.
I know.
I've got autism. Which has nothing to do with
It has
the
nothing to
reason
do
I
with
call him
this.
Steven
It has
Tyler
nothing to do with
Smith.
this. Because typically, if autistic people, if they're shown like the facts, they're like, oh yeah, you're right. People do call him. Every article here says it's just Steven Tyler. All right, cool. I guess I'll accept that.
We're also historically very stubborn.
That's true. You are very stubborn.
It's insanely warm in your room.
It's insanely warm in my house.
No, open a window.
No.
It's only like 70 degrees outside.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Guys, we're leaving San Antonio. It's really hot.
I want to leave San Antonio. Don't worry. Soon it'll probably get really cold because we didn't prepare for it at all.
Yeah.
Texas! Woo!
We may or may not have content at some point in time based on rolling blackouts.
Sometime in January. You'll probably see content with just me. And maybe CJ. Because he's not in the state that's stupid.
Yeah. You think the North Pole has the infrastructure for cold?
Probably.
You think they ever get rolling blackouts?
Do you think?
Nah, I'm kidding. I've been to the North Pole. They don't have blackouts on cold weather ever. It's crazy.
They also have like the highest suicide rate up there, so I don't know. It's kind of a you choose which one you want. A couple people dying because they don't know how to handle the cold.
Yeah, but they have Wi-Fi, Austin.
Oh, okay. I do too. My Wi-Fi never went down.
Oh, jeez.
I literally was fine. The only problem we had was water. Water went out because the water plant had problems.
Yeah.
But we never lost power or internet or anything.
Oh, now I can hear all the sleigh bells jingling, ring, ting, ting.
Oh, now they're annoying in my ears. Oh.
It's a weird pocket watch you got there.
I'm telling you,
Victor.
it's God and Jesus.
Jesus.
Jesus. Jesus.
Yeah, you would think this would be the end of the movie, but it's not.
No.
Because Hero Boy still has to go home.
Rainbow Whip.
Rainbow Whip's kind of dope. I want a Rainbow Whip.
I want to know why he has a rainbow whip.
I don't know.
Exactly.
Magic.
But why?
You know, magic. We could. And magic.
23 more minutes.
That's right. Woo! Woo! Christmas movies! Woo! But
Yay! Alright, moving on.
how does it all stay on there? That's
Magic.
crazy. Oh, Rainbow Whip, second time. Somebody took the time to painstakingly animate that Rainbow Whip, so we had to use it at least twice.
Yeah.
The animator who animated that whip was like, either you put it in there at least twice or I'm quitting.
More.
I'm leaving the studio. At least 5 times.
Fair, they probably didn't... Because this movie is most CGI, it actually isn't that hard to do that. You just put the thing in and then you probably like put some sort of filter on it to make it change colors. If this was hand drawn, that would have been really hard to do.
It was all just a dream.
Like, don't get me wrong, I couldn't do that, but I feel like if you know how to use CGI, that wouldn't be that hard.
Couldn't tell you, because I also don't know how to do CGI.
From the basic understanding I have of things like Photoshop and stuff, something like that shouldn't be too hard if you have the right program.
Oh, and then we have people. Ew. And no.
Look at the 4 elf faces they have.
All of the dude elves.
All those elves graduated that day and moved on for being elves.
There he is.
Oh yeah, look at that. It's definitely Steven Tyler.
Sure is. On a golden unicycle.
Straight up with like his, little scarf on the microphone like he does.
Uh-huh.
This is still going.
Sure is. And it's gonna keep going.
At least that scene's over.
Until Hero Boy gets on.
At least that scene was over though, because I didn't care about it.
I wonder
at
how
all.
much they paid Steven Tyler Smith to be in that scene. Singing Rockin' on Top of the World. Because it wasn't very long.
10 grand at minimum. That's a couple $100 grand, probably a million. No, probably a couple million. This is a $165 million budget. That was $1 million of it.
Mm.
50 million of that went to Tom Hanks, but under 5 different contracts.
You would think the know-it-all would know all, but there's always room to learn.
Depend on.
But wait.
Rely. What? What? What is this witchcraft?
Oh. Wow. How sweet. We're slowly going out of focus, guys.
Oh, we are.
Sorry.
We'll get up real close now for this ending.
Alright, guys. It's a real heartfelt moment. We're learning and leading and other things.
Lead.
Why do none of these kids know how to read?
To be fair, that is a word that has 2 meanings.
That's true.
Thank you. What is tickets to? I don't remember what.
Believe.
Oh.
Hmm.
You didn't tell me that. I want to remember what letters were already on there.
Huh?
It was the B and the E was what I was trying to remember. You didn't tell me the word that he was going to type.
Sorry, I
could've waited
spoiled that for you.
Yeah, I could have waited for that. I was trying to remember what his... Because every one of those was teased when we saw him earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Except for Count On Kid. We didn't see any of his card. Billy, we didn't get to see his ticket at all, initially. Because he was a little loser in his own
Did
cabin.
you see the ticket disappear?
No.
Oh. Well, it disappeared.
No.
Just like we're slowly disappearing out of focus again. Who cares? That's all.
Hello, people. Oh.
No, it just vanished into thin air. Oh, the sleigh bell
Yeah.
that he got. It's the first Christmas present.
Somewhere we'll find it. The Rainbow Connection. I like Muppet movies. Those are fun.
Kid has a robe. That's the most unbelievable part about this movie. No kid wears a robe. I don't care what era it is.
That's fair.
Something like middle-aged men wear.
Yeah.
Well, I guess he is Tom Hanks.
Well, yes.
In the future.
No. Yeah. Because he represents the, how God is in us.
Huh?
Because he becomes Tom Hanks. I'm trying to
Oh.
connect him to the God
I
analogy.
like how your whole analogy is just based on Tom Hanks playing different characters.
And you already pointed out how a lot of those actually do in senses
I
add
don't think
up.
every character that Tom Hanks plays in this movie has to be tied in.
I think they do.
Wow. We're almost there. Almost at the end of the movie, guys. The best part.
Yeah.
It being over.
Well, I'm kind of not blurry anymore. This is that serious moment where we kind of lean forward to talk to you guys. At this
It's
point,
never too late to believe
yeah,
in Santa.
or God,
Or God, I don't know.
whatever floats your boat.
Yeah.
Or Steven Tyler.
Hmm.
I choose to worship Aerosmith.
Weird choice. They only have like a few good songs. Not even like, they're not one-hit wonders by any means.
No,
They don't have a ton of great music.
just like how this movie doesn't have a.
Steven Tyler's an extremely talented singer.
Just like how this movie doesn't have a ton of great scenes.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a ton of great music. I was like, well, that's just not true. Soundtrack's wonderful.
We will agree to disagree on that one because that one is completely opinion based. But I don't enjoy any of the music in it. Like the general like backing stuff is fine, but like songs with lyrics in this have been pretty rough.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's objective. Not objective, subjective.
Yeah, like the general like it's got good composing.
Yeah,
sure. That's hard to.
Or the score.
Yeah, the score it's hard to mess up a score.
I did say the soundtrack, and
that's fair.
Those are two different things. We did have to deal with Steven Tyler's Rock
Steven
on Top of the
Tyler
World.
singing, the crappy kids singing when they showed up there, the song about the Polar Express. I wasn't a fan of that one.
I mean, it's not grating on the ears, not like any of the copyright-free versions of the things we heard in Santa Buddies were.
I'm not saying this movie is worse than Santa Buddies, Chris. I want to make sure that's clear. I just don't enjoy this movie. It's unrelated to me also not enjoying Santa Buddies. I believe if I remember my quote from Santa Buddies was, even though it's not the worst movie we watched, because we watched worse movies than both of these, it was my least favorite. Yeah, it was the movie I hated watching the most.
Yeah, no, that is a quote.
So, yeah, no, I don't. There are worse. We've watched multiple worse movies than this. But I think this is the highest, like, regarded of the movies that I would consider bad that we've watched. And that's my problem with it, is I don't understand it. I don't get why people like it.
Not moved by the message, Austin?
Not really.
It's fair, I guess. It is made for kids.
I also feel like I want more fun and whimsy from my Christmas movies. I want to turn my brain off and have fun.
Oh, yeah.
This movie's not fun, and the deep meaning doesn't do anything for me either. Oh, so it doesn't matter when you believe in God, as long as you do before you die. That's the message of the movie. Just believe.
Just believe. Jeez.
Why was he so quiet but not that far away, even while yelling? Alright, fine.
Magic.
Oh. Oh, see, he's good now, because he's the Holy Spirit.
He's a ghost the whole time, guys.
His eyes are weirdly green. Like borderline, like lime neon almost.
Oh, it's the lighting.
Oh.
Now that he's in the dark, it's gonna be normal green.
Maybe.
Probably.
Maybe. Who knows?
Oh, but I still lost the first Christmas present.
No.
Oh, they're still pretty.
There's still a slightly weird tone of green for eyes. Unless you have eyes like that, and maybe I'm wrong. I just haven't seen it. But the green eyes I've seen don't typically look like that.
Really gonna insult all of our viewers with like really bright green eyes.
If people watched this far, they're either big fans of us or that's it. Because why else would they? Because if you clicked on this because you liked this movie, you were pissed off at me within the first 5 minutes and left.
Yeah.
Oh, Sister Sarah. I know that because I read the IMDb earlier. Because we couldn't just call her Sarah. We had to make sure you knew she was the sister character.
His pocket ripped. On the other side too.
I think it just ripped for the first time, which is like the whole Oh.
Was it all just a dream?
Was it all a dream? Is religion real? That's what they're trying to tell us. I have my opinions, but the movie, they don't want to make any hard stances until he opens this gift and they prove
and
that
there's
he does.
the bell in there.
Yeah.
First present of Christmas.
Or his parents just wanted to have a bell.
You also have to keep in mind this takes place in like the 1930s or 40s, and so he got what do you call the dolls? The puppet dolls. I can't remember off the top of my head, but they are insanely creepy.
Oh, marionettes?
Marionette, yeah. Got a marionette for Christmas.
Once again, I feel like that's one of those things where kind of like clowns have become creepy, and there were probably always kids who thought they were creepy, but they weren't considered as creepy yet. I feel like it's one of those things that slowly became creepier in modern, like in the popular opinion on it. There was always outliers to it, because you can always look at any clown and be like, oh, that's creepy.
Yeah, I think
But
clowns and marionettes lie in the uncanny valley just naturally.
sure, but I feel like there was a period of time where people just liked them. It's like, oh, cool clowns. Like, for example, like, I feel like, you see old pictures and stuff and video of old Ronald McDonald. He is terrifying. But there's kids like Ronald McDonald from.
I said, ooh.
Oh, okay. I think he said who. I was like, you don't know who Ronald McDonald is? But like, he's terrifying. But
Burger King?
Yeah, but there's a bunch of kids like loving him and being like, oh, cool, Ronald McDonald, excited. So I feel like we as society have gotten more afraid of clowns and stuff.
Oh, probably. Yeah, I would say more
marionettes
afraid
well.
for sure.
I think marionettes are a similar thing where I feel like they just used to be a fun little form of entertainment where you had nothing else. Like this movie. There was a point in time where this was considered high art. It was
I've been
art.
terrified of like dolls and marionettes ever since I was a kid. And I never even watched Chucky as a kid because I wasn't allowed to.
That's fair. I'm also
everyone's got innate phobias.
Yeah, and I'm also afraid of dolls and stuff. I get it.
Logical and illogical.
But I do feel like as a society, somehow those weren't as big of a thing back in the day somehow.
Old Ronald McDonald. That's what I want to look up.
We'll close out with Chris looking at that, I guess. Yeah. He's terrifying back in the day. But I feel like kids still ran up and were like, oh, Ronald, happy to see him. Because people...
I don't like it.
Yeah, because clowns are innately creepy. But kids used to love them. Well, that's been our talk about clowns.
And Christmas.
And Christmas. Merry Christmas. We will see you next week for a cult classic. Probably not even. Maybe. There's probably people who love how bad it is. Unlike this movie that, people just love. This next movie, the people who even love it know it's bad. Next week we're watching Santa with Muscles. Bye!
Goodbye.